Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about engagement pictures, the importance of it, why you should have it, why you should not skip it, and all of the important things that go along with that. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about engagement pictures and engagement sessions. I include engagement sessions with my packages with 8 hours or above, or if you do the 6 hour, you can add an engagement session to it. The reason why I do that is because it's very important to me to be able to meet with the couple prior to, sometimes I'll get phone calls and they hire me over a phone call, and that's good, and then we'll meet, a couple of months later to do engagement pictures. The last thing I want to do, I will if the client wants this, the last thing I want to do is show up on the wedding day and I've never met the bride, never met the groom, don't know what they look like, they don't know what I look like, so they've never been posed before, or sometimes they have, but sometimes there's a little bit of awkwardness that shows up on the wedding day because there's a little bit of uncertainty about what to do, what not to do, and things like that. So the reason why I include it with my engagement, my wedding packages, is because I want to get to know my couple prior to a wedding day. Meaning constant conversations back and forth about what you like, where do you want to go, where you were proposed to, how you were proposed to. I always ask the bride that because they have a very giddy response when they start talking about how they were proposed to. Sometimes they know, sometimes they don't, sometimes they have an inclination, but the grooms are the ones that are like, yeah, I did this, yeah, I did that, and there's really like not a lot of response to it, which is understandable. The brides are focused on the moments when it comes to that. So with that being said, if they were proposed to close to where I am, I like to kind of go back to that vicinity. Sometimes proposals happen overseas or tropical places and things like that, and sometimes you don't obviously be able to go back to do an engagement session. So sometimes I try and find some place that's close enough to what they like. If they were proposed to on a beach in Aruba, we'll try and find a beach around us. Water's not the same, but the sand is. So the principle in the atmosphere is kind of the same. You get as close to it as you possibly can. So I like to try and do that when it comes to that. Some people are okay with just a park, and I'm okay with that too. But I want that. The whole goal is for us to meet in person. They see me, they see my camera, they hear my voice and how I talk and how I illustrate and things like that. It's laughing, joking, talking, playing kind of thing like that, because I want them to be comfortable. I need them to be comfortable because when I pull up this big whoosh, camera like this, there's a little bit of intimidation, like, oh my God, where am I looking? So that's very important to me, is to get that awkwardness out of the way. So rule number one is the reason why I incorporate them is to make sure that the couple is comfortable with me, who I am, how I illustrate, where to put your hands, and guys, where not to put your hands, and jokingly, and where not to put your hands. So I kind of like play with stuff like that, but getting them comfortable is rule number one, reason number one. Reason number two is sometimes I find I have a couple that already had engagement pictures done with a friend. And I'm not opposed to that. So the biggest issue that I have is I make sure that they are understanding that when you look back at your wedding images or your proposal images or your engagement images, you want consistency with imagery. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You want consistency with imagery. If you are proposed to in Aruba, well, then we don't get engagement pictures in that same atmosphere. You still get, but when I do my engagement session, the style, the lighting, the philosophy, the posing is very, very similar to a wedding day. So you're going to be able to look back at your engagement session and you're going to be able to done by me, and then you're going to come up on your wedding day, and then no matter where the wedding is going to be, you're going to see the similarities between the style, okay? Very important. If a friend of the family, aunt, uncle, does them for you, I'm not opposed to that. You just need to understand that the lighting and everything else is going to be, and style is going to be different. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But when we don't meet in person so we can kind of get to know each other kind of thing like that, that's where reason number one gets tossed out the window. And you've got engagement pictures, that's great, but the importance of having an engagement session with your photographer for your day that you entrusted was you want that comfortableness and relaxation part of being with the same person. The style makes a difference. If your friend is just getting into photography and they do this light and airy style of look or dark and moody style of look, and then on your wedding day, your photographer is light and airy or dark and moody, and it's opposite of what your engagements are, when you go to create books, you're gonna have inconsistency with styles. Might not make a difference to you, but for me, I like similarities when it comes to my images and what I do. So when I hang pictures on the wall at my own home, I don't want light and airy on one wall and then dark and moody on another wall. I want consistency because the vibe of the room will make a difference when it comes to that. So that's very important and the reason why I do that. So with that being said, reason number two is style. Making sure the style is different or making sure the style is the same as your engagement session as your wedding day. So reason number one is comfortableness and relaxation and camaraderie between the two. And reason number two is style. So reason number three is it's very simple. It becomes very comfortable on the wedding day and there's less awkwardness. So I've had this said to me before, a little hesitant coming into engagement sessions because they've never been professionally photographed before. They might have been in a wedding, but you're not the focus, so you're not the center. And if you're not the center, you as a bridesmaid or a groomsman looking at your friend or that just got married and you're standing off to the side, that's not the same as being professionally photographed. So when you are the center of attention and the center of focus, even if it's a family session, if you've been doing family sessions with your parents for 5 years, you are in the center of that because if it's a family of 4, you're the focus. Okay? When you're a wedding party of 8, you're not the focus. So it's not the same. So you want to have that comfortableness. So I've had people say, I'm so nervous, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to wear. And my job is to come in and just make you feel comfortable with what you're doing, what I'm doing. And if you trusted me to hire me, then you need to trust me to pose you, okay? And you need to trust me to pose you comfortably. So sometimes there's a certain point where things aren't very comfortable with the way that you're standing, kind of thing like that. And it might be, example. So as a girl is, a groom goes up underneath the butt and picks up the bride and she kicks her foot out at the bottom and you get that image. That's not comfortable to be standing up that long and that high and that awkwardly posed kind of thing like that. That's the awkwardness. But image, amazing. So there's a little bit of fun that comes along with that kind of thing like that. And every couple is different when it comes to everything. So you have to be comfortable with yourself to be in front of the camera because you are the center. I cannot think of how many people have said, oh my God, I hate being the center of attention. And you're getting married in front of 250 people. You might want to rethink that because you're going to be the center of attention. I will do my best to not draw attention to you, but it is my job to come in and capture moments and create memories and create moments to capture those memories at the same time. So 3 different reasons in there why those importance of doing an engagement session. I feel like it's necessary. First of all, because it makes you comfortable. Second of all, because the style will be different if you don't do engagement sessions or you do them with somebody else and then you do them with me or any photographer for that matter. The importance of the style of an engagement session being done by somebody else and then your wedding day being done by somebody else, that's the importance of it. So that style part is probably like, it should be number 1, but I made it number 2 because I want people comfortable. Because if I can make you comfortable, style, not an issue. It's not even an issue. So when it comes to being part of the day and stuff like that, so being professionally photographed is very important because it helps me know that you need to be comfortable with being the center of attention. Reason number one is comfortableness with your photographer. and less awkwardness on the wedding day. Reason number 2, style. Do the engagement session if it's included with your package, because you will have similar styles when it comes to that. And reason number 3 is similar with reason number 1. It makes things comfortable on the wedding day, so you know how to interact, where to put your hands, where not to put your hands, how to hold somebody, and then still incorporate that beautiful sky behind you, or that beautiful sky or landscape behind you, whatever it is, water, trees, overlook, doesn't matter what it is. That's the focus of what you're doing. So you got to trust your photographer when it comes to that. That's very important. So thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. This is just Info 101 when it comes to a photographer's point of view and a wedding couple. The reasons why an engagement session is very, very important to have it included. If not, if you don't want to do the engagement session for whatever reason, spend the extra money. If it's not included in your package and you do it as an add-on, include it, because peace of mind on your wedding day, it's priceless, absolutely priceless. So thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. There's other videos that are photography related or faith related, even that. So thank you for coming back to the channel. I appreciate your time, and remember to smile more because it hurts less. Peace.